deep within the sprawling, suffocating heart of the Amazon jungle, where sunlight struggles to pierce through the dense, interwoven canopy, and the air is thick with the combined scent of wet earth, decaying leaves, and the faint tang of distant rivers, a presence emerged that no creature, land or water, had ever encountered before, a predator so alien and fearsome that even the apex hunters of the jungle paused and trembled at its approach, altering the ancient balance of life that had been meticulously maintained for millennia. The jungle, a living labyrinth of towering trees, twisting vines, and flooded lowlands, had always been a place where survival depended on acute senses, stealth, and primal strength. Yet nothing in the countless generations of jaguars, anacondas, caimans, or harpy eagles had prepared them for what slithered and surged through the murky waters of the Amazon serpentine rivers, a shark, unmistakably of oceanic origin, now thriving and terrifying in freshwater, its sleek, streamlined body gliding silently beneath the surface with a precision and grace that belied the grotesque distortion of its natural habitat, and whose intelligence and cunning rivaled the very creatures that had once dominated the jungle without opposition. The river, previously a lifeline sustaining an array of fish, amphibians, and mammals, became a theater of horror, a realm where every ripple and shadow could herald death. Fish populations dwindled almost overnight as the shark tore through schools with uncanny accuracy, leaving behind trails of carnage that disrupted the entire food chain, forcing birds, reptiles, and even terrestrial mammals to adapt in real time to a predator that had no known precedent in freshwater ecosystems. Capybaras, normally docile and social, abandoned their usual grazing grounds near the banks, opting for more secluded, overgrown areas where their movement might be shielded from the shark's acute sensing abilities, while giant otters, once playful and confident hunters of the river, began hunting in silence, their usual boldness replaced by calculated caution as they learned through trial and error the limits of survival against this new apex predator. Even jaguars, whose very name evoked dominance over land and water alike, hesitated when approaching the river, pausing to listen to vibrations in the water that seemed to telegraph the shark's awareness of every movement along the bank, and shifting their hunting strategies to avoid confrontation, sometimes stalking farther inland or waiting for the creature to move away before daring to drink from the river or hunt near it. Local tribes, intimately attuned to the rhythms of the jungle for generations, whispered tales of the beast around crackling fires, describing how it would circle silently beneath the surface, its fin barely disturbing the water, and how it could launch sudden lethal attacks with a speed and ferocity that defied comprehension, leaving fishermen and hunters alike in awe and terror, some even abandoning long-established river routes out of fear. Scientists who ventured into the depths of the jungle, drawn by curiosity and the desire to document one of the most astonishing phenomena in natural history, found themselves in disbelief as they filmed glimpses of the creature, its streamlined body, its gills pulsing with an adaptability that suggested evolutionary acceleration, and its razor-sharp teeth perfectly suited to tear into the hides of even the most armored river fish. Observations revealed that the shark had become not just a hunter, but a master manipulator of its environment. Submerged logs, fallen branches, and tangled roots, once obstacles, were now cleverly navigated to ambush prey, and the creature seemed to anticipate the movement of other predators, often positioning itself strategically to intercept their meals, asserting dominance not through brute force alone, but through tactical intelligence. Over time, the psychological impact of its presence became as significant as the physical, as animals began to modify their behavior out of fear rather than immediate threat. Birds delayed feeding at the river's edge, amphibians stayed close to cover, and even insects seemed to react to subtle water vibrations that had never before mattered. The jungle itself felt altered, the once harmonious symphony of sounds, howler monkeys' calls, cicadas' incessant drumming, the rustle of underbrush, was punctuated with tension, a collective awareness that life in this part of the Amazon had changed irrevocably. The shark, an unnatural predator in an unnatural environment, had become a nightmare that forced every creature to reassess its place, its strategy, and its very survival. With each successful hunt, the creature grew bolder, venturing closer to shores, weaving between reeds and submerged roots with an eerie elegance, asserting a dominance that none could challenge, and leaving a trail of disruption that extended beyond the rivers, altering migration patterns, food availability, and the instinctual behaviors that had evolved over thousands of years. What had begun as an anomaly, a single shark in a river too remote for verification, became a phenomenon whose ripple effects reshaped an entire ecosystem, a living testament to the terrifying unpredictability of nature when confronted with an invader that defied all known laws and hierarchies. A predator not content with merely surviving, but determined to dominate, innovate, and rewrite the rules of life itself. As the weeks unfolded into months, the reach of this predator's influence stretched far beyond the immediate banks of the Amazon serpentine waterways, leaving a mark that altered the jungle's ecology in ways that were subtle, yet devastatingly profound, forcing every creature, from the smallest darting fish to